guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm back here at Crown Eurocars in St. Pete, Florida, and guess what? I have that new performance AMG that's been redesigned from top to bottom. It's this vehicle right here. This is a 2024 Mercedes AMG GT 63 Coupe. But before we get into this bi-turbo, all-wheel drive performance car, let's talk about what's going on here. So Mercedes-Benz is going through their lineup. They're making some big changes in redesigns, and one of the big kind of talks of the town has been this new AMG GT 63 Coupe. The reason why is that now it sits on the SL chassis rather than having its own bespoke chassis like the previous generation. But does that make it a bad thing? What you're gonna find is still, like I said, bi-turbo V8 power, and I really like the smaller size that the vehicle is overall. It kind of, I don't know, just really shows an evolution of this AMG GT 63 Coupe series. But what I want to find out is, if you're looking for the best new sports car, the best new performance car, do you go Z06 Corvette? Do you go Porsche 911? Or do you go with this AMG GT 63 Coupe? Let's go ahead, let's dive into ours and find out. Right off the bat, the color. It's called Alpine Gray, and it just does something special that makes my heart pitter-patter for this vehicle. Now, at the front of the business, you'll see the new redesigned shape, more aerodynamically sleek. We have our LED headlights, of course, daytime running lamps and turn signals in this angular, sharp headlight housing. Working our way down, you do have corner air curtains that are functional, some gloss black, not only on the side, but along the splitter edge. And then as we come across that traditional low slung nose, you have your Mercedes-Benz logo, so much history in that silver star, forward-facing camera. And then as we work our way down, full functionality. This is a true AMG vehicle. So what does that mean? That means that this goes through a special build process that separates it from the rest of the pack at Mercedes-Benz. Love the way they worked all the aero into the front fascia so it doesn't look like anything is just stuck on. And the sheer width of the front, it just makes your jaw drop. But let me know what you think about the look of the new front end of the AMG GT Coupe, especially compared to the previous generation. And do you like this better than, say, a Z06 Corvette? Now, as you rise up, we have the AMG badge, so much history going through racing series, Le Mans victories, and everything in between. I love how we still have that long front hood with the twin bulges. That's a signature style of AMG, is having that twin bulge. The way the fenders flare out, I almost want to jump on the hood of this car and rub my body all over it. That's how sexy it is. It looks good. Now, as we come around the bend, what are we working with? Wheel and tires. So this one has a specific optioned AMG forged aluminum wheel. Love this triple spoke design, this triple Y spoke design. We have our bright Twinkie yellow AMG branded calipers, 6-piston calipers, with a 2-piece rotor, fully cross-drilled, and 2-piece to help cut down on heat buildup and cut down on the rotating mass. Now, 21-inch wheel up front, tires are 295s. 295s on the front. 30 series sidewall, and with the gray and the yellow, that's the chef's freaking kiss, man. I wish I could say it in German. If you know how to say it in German, put it in the comment section, but this thing is getting me excited. Now, as we go down the side, I'm gonna have Steven kind of swing around. I do have to zonk it. We have a fake side vent. I'd rather them not even put it there. Like, just get rid of that. Why is that there? I'd rather it just be all Alpine Gray, but you'll see our badge, the V8 bi-turbo. 4MATIC means we have all-wheel drive. From the side, you could see that even though we have a long nose, it's less of an overhang compared to the previous generation. But remember, that V8 engine is pushed way back against the firewall to where this is like a front mid-engine vehicle, as crazy as that sounds. Now, you'll notice that we have power folding on your side mirrors, gloss black with 360-degree cameras and your LED turn signals. No sunroof, none of that crap. It's just all Alpine gray. You have your flush mounted door handles, which I'm gonna have to zonk. Why do we have shiny chrome finish on the door handle? Why? There's black everywhere else. This should be at least black or all Alpine gray. Now, that side skirt extension, you'll see it drop down, all aerodynamically efficient. And as we come towards the rear, we got even wider wheels and tires. So you still have your Twinkie yellow calipers, those Brembo calipers, all four corners. Nice large rotors. Of course, power going to the ground out back, but also power being sent to the front because this is rear-wheel drive biased. 305 on the width of the rears. 305, 21-inch wheels, all four corners, 305s. So that's like a steamroller tire to help you grip at the asphalt. And then as we swing it around back, I wish I was washing this car right now because this is where I love to rub my hands all over that rear wide fender. We do have a pedestal spoiler, non-adjustable, gloss black. And then we have our blacked out badges. I like the black chrome, AMG GT 63. All new lighting. As we work across the back, look at the new lighting, all LED. I like the way they put the AMG name in there. And then coming down to Chinatown, you got your quad tip exhaust. Love the way they do that, almost like trapezoidal design. Functional rear diffuser. This looks like it came off a freaking AMG IMSA race car in the GTD class. But man, do I want to go on throttle in this? Well, guess what? We will be. But first, let's go check out the power and the V8 bi-turbo underneath the hood of this AMG. All right, guys, we got that massive hood popped open, but it makes sense it's massive because underneath the hood, we have a massive V8. It's a 4-liter bi-turbo. There's our two turbos up top in the valley of the V8, AMG badging, the Mercedes badge, and if you notice, hand assembled. And we're not talking about hand assembled by a guy that does oil changes or a girl that does oil changes. These are people that have master's degrees in engineering that actually assemble the engine. So what do we have? 577 horsepower, 590 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to an MCT 9-speed automatic transmission. All-wheel drive rockets this thing 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds, quarter mile in 11.1 seconds, top speed 196 miles an hour. MPGs 14 in the city, 21 on the highway. And the car, she's a little heavy, 4,300 pounds. Now, if you compare that to performance of the Z06 or a 911, pretty much gonna be tit for tat. But why don't we go ahead, let's fire up this V8 beast and hear its roar. All right, guys, we are inside this 2024 AMG GT63 Coupe. I know you're saying to yourself, Joe, this is one bad mamma jamma. And guess what? You are 100% correct. This is one bad mamma jamma. But what about price? If you look at a Z06, you're definitely going to be spending over $100,000. 911, same story. Well, guess what? AMG GT63 Coupe follows the same lineage when it comes to pricing. This one has been optioned up to $198,000. Let's see what you get for the money. To the door panels. Love the all-new style. The leather, the contrast stitching. We have the premium sound system with those gorgeous aluminum speaker grille covers. Heated seats, ventilated seats, and of course, 3 memory seat settings. Look at the carbon fiber spilled on the door handle. And then the pocket is big enough for, I would say, 2 White Castle burgers and a cup of soda to wash it down. Now, going from the door panel to the dash, the leather, the beautiful style to the AC vents, all the ambient lighting in here, the way they have the carbon fiber, and of course you have your Twinkie cargo net for your passenger. If they get hungry while you're going through the Nürburgring, have them eat a Twinkie. Here's where we see the similarities like the SL Mercedes class. This is that 11.6-inch infotainment system. It's that portrait style. And then you do have dual climate, of course. My favorite part is when we hit the vehicle button, you can obviously make all your adjustments that you need. You could raise and lower the front end. So it's nice to have that axle lift system. And then of course we come back home and we have all our traditional icons. We go into performance. Here's where you could adjust your vehicle settings. You can see the suspension and everything, our engine data, all those goodies coming back. And then you even have track pace for when you go to the racetrack. And you could have it record your lap time, your telemetry, and everything else. Plus, of course, we have our different modes. Sport Plus, you could go all the way up to race, down to sport, comfort, individual. You could customize each thing that you want, whether it's suspension, driving dynamics, or we have slippery when wet. So when John Bon Jovi's riding with you, you want to have the slippery when wet mode on. Working our way down, a little too much gloss black here. I just wish this was all carbon fiber, but maybe I'm asking for too much. Open up the door, you got wireless charging, 2 USB-Cs, 2 cup holders, a nice little palm rest when your hand gets tired. Stitching, the leather, woo, bombs away. We got 2 USB-Cs, and you have enough room in here to where you could put $1 million. No, not in cash. I'm talking about 10 100-gram bars, easy. The seats, the leather, the AMG badge. We got the red seat belts, that's worth an extra 5 horsepower. Nice bolstering, full electric assist for the passenger, full electric assist for the driver. Alcantara just sewed everywhere in here. And I'm gonna have Steven squeeze in between the 2 seats to show you that we don't have a rear seat like you would find on the SL series of Mercedes vehicles. So that's to help cut some weight. But why don't we go ahead, if you're ready, come on over here behind the business end. I want to show you behind this Formula One inspired steering wheel in this AMG GT. All right guys, behind the business end, you do have your aluminum sill plate with the AMG badge. Pedal box is decent. You got an aluminum brake pedal and throttle, but I got to zonk the dead pedal. It's just carpet. That's sad. Seats are just fantastic. They got wonderful bolstering, but it's not going to squeeze you too tight. I'm 6 feet tall, plenty of headroom, and then look at the steering wheel. The Alcantara, carbon fiber up top, carbon fiber down below. I love the way you have the adjustable knobs to tune your modes and everything. Metal paddles behind the wheel to go up and down that automatic transmission. And then here is the column shifter for that 9-speed. And then you have your digital gauge cluster. I really like the way it's positioned in there. It's got all the important information that you need. Nicely done. But what we're gonna do is I am gonna show you the cargo area since this is all new for 2024. And then if you're ready, I'm gonna take you on throttle. So let's get to it. All right guys, I know the Z06 Corvette is all about putting golf clubs in the car. Well, guess what? We do have cargo space on this vehicle as well. Hit the button. What you're gonna find is actually a really good amount of cargo space. How much is it exactly? You're basically looking at, with that rear partition up, it's 11 cubic feet of space. Folded down, it gives you 24 cubic feet of space. Now this is not an AMG helmet for your track day. This is the AMG car cover. You do have on the left side here, driver's side, this is for your Nordschleife box of Twinkies. And then, like I said, that partition there will fold down because remember, we don't have rear seats, but there is a storage tray behind the rear seats, sort of like a 911 GT3. Or you could get a 911 GTS and get the lightweight package and it removes the rear seats. But This makes it very usable. You could go get groceries with it. Maybe sell that to your significant other. Say, hey, I'll get groceries for the rest of my life if we go get this AMG GT 6C. It's like I'm fumbling on all these letters and numbers. I feel like I'm back in algebra. AMG, say it with me, GT 63 Coupe. But enough of the chit chat. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's see if this thing brings the on-throttle goods. Let's go for a spin in this AMG. All right, guys, we are inside this 2024 AMG GT 63. Of course, we need to go on throttle from a dead stop. So if you're ready, I'm freaking ready. I have it in race mode, and we're gonna use the paddles to shift. Here we go. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the throttle. On throttle, here we go! Yeah! Oh my God, this thing. We got the all-wheel drive, that 4MATIC system. The sound of that bi-turbo V8 is glorious. And as you saw from the exhaust revs, it's real. Now there is some sound being pumped in, and I think they're kind of doing that to make it more consistent and to clean it up a little bit. It's kind of a little weird, I'll be honest with you. But the good news is I can still plenty of burble coming from the back of the car through that exhaust. Visibility is fantastic. I love seeing the double bulge hood, and of course having that head-up display smack dab right where you want it. Paddles are nice and large, of course they're metal, and it still has that feeling like the previous AMG GT where you're sitting on the rear axles. Are you ready? Second gear. On throttle, here we go. Yeah! Just buttoned up. It's just so buttoned up. The upshifts and the downshifts are laser quick. Laser quick. And the brakes, I mean, having those massive Twinkie 6-piston AMG branded calipers, all 4 corners. You got 6 up front, 4 in the back. I mean, you're gonna stop so quickly, you might squirt cream all over this beautiful interior from the Twinkies. But the seats, just enough bolstering. I got my 5 extra horsepower from the seat belts. Drop it down to second. On throttle, here we go. Love the shifts. On the brakes. Woo-wee! Look at this. Floats like a butterfly, stings like a bee. This thing is nothing but trouble. And what I mean by that is that if you're not careful, it's gonna get you in a lot of trouble. That's for sure. Oh my God. Holds a line so nicely. And the way that the all-wheel drive system works is so seamless. Having the power primarily go to the back, but then sending power to the front when grip is needed. It really just... Every shift, man, it feels like you're in an IMSA WeatherTech AMG GT race car. That's what it feels like. Absolutely ridiculous. God, the pops. It's like Rice Krispie treats all day long. Snap, crackle, and some pop. Are you ready? One more time. Oh, here we go. Look at the turn in. Crisp, clean. Yes. Love this part. Yes. What can I say? It's so damn good that they're still making cars like these. And if you're sitting there telling me, well, Joe, my Tesla Model Plaid or my Lucid Air Sapphire is faster, I don't care. I don't care. This car is just about the feeling. It's about the soul. And it's about moving your soul. But these cars aren't going to be around forever. So if you want one, this is it. This is it. It's interesting because I don't really feel the extra weight compared to the previous generation, which the previous gen was about 3,700 pounds. So, you know, it's one of those things, but I think the way they engineered the chassis and the suspension, it feels phenomenal. I love the front end of the car. It really keeps that AMG attitude of low and wide. And then I'm really digging the wheels, man. They look like they're right off, I'm gonna say it again, a race car. I mean, this thing is, but it's so comfortable. The seats hold you in place, heated, ventilated. But you know what the bad news is about this car? We gotta bring it back. We gotta bring it back to Crown Eurocars. Even though I don't want to. But we have to, right? Because if I just drive it home, that wouldn't be fair. Wouldn't be fair to anybody. Especially Lori would probably kill me. But anyways, we're gonna get back to Crown Eurocars and wrap this one up. So I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, been another crazy day in so many ways here at Crown Eurocars. Definitely want to thank Michael and the rest of the team getting us access to this all new 2024 AMG GT 63 Coupe. Let me know what you think. Is this the best new sports car to buy? Or are you gonna go Z06? Or are you gonna go 911? Or maybe, the hell with it, Aston Martin Vantage. Let me know down in the comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. I'll come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raise Rise family. We need to thank Stephen Flood, Stephen Flood Photography. It's not Stephen Flood Photo, Stephen Flood Photography. Check him out on Instagram. His Instagram handle is sfloodphoto. So, photography, photo. But anyways, check him out on Instagram. Give him a like, give him a share, give him a follow. Thank you, Stephen, for your hard work. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.